Tonight, first responders in Waynesboro get the recognition they deserve for a save that really matters. Franklin County student athletes make their mark at state level, and then later, I promised you I would share my thoughts on the fountain situation. The poll results are in, and I've got a proposal I think the borough should take a serious look at. Let's get into it. We're starting tonight with a story that honestly deserves more attention than it's gotten. At this week's Waynesboro Borough Council meeting, Mayor Royer formally recognized a group of first responders for a life-saving cardiac arrest response that happened earlier this year. When the call came in, Franklin County 911 Center dispatched Waynesboro Police, Waynesboro EMS, Wellspan EMS, and the Waynesboro Fire Department. Through fast response and effective on-scene care, the patient was transported, treated, and has since made a full recovery and returned home. What made this council meeting special, the patient and first responders got to reunite in person. That doesn't happen enough, and it's worth stopping to acknowledge. The Waynesboro Police Department specifically recognized Officer Brandon Benedict for his quick thinking and professionalism during the call. To Officer Benedict and every agency that responded, well done. That's exactly what this community counts on you for. And it's been a big day for Franklin County student athletes at the PA State Track and Field Championships over at Chambersburg University. Chambersburg Area School District's Akini McLaughlin is your PA State triple jump champion tonight. Okini won with a jump of 50 feet, 2.75 inches, and set a new Chambersburg Area School District record in the process. That's a state title. That's a record. A huge night for Okini and for Chambersburg. Also competing for Chambersburg Area School District today and tomorrow, Julian Clark and Olivia Coy. We'll keep an eye on those results as they come in. Over on the Shippensburg side, Rylan Asper wrapped up an outstanding track season, finishing 17th in the 1,600-meter run at States with a time of 4 minutes, 24 seconds. Congratulations to Rylan on a strong finish to the season. Heads up for the long weekend. Pennsylvania State Police have announced increased enforcement starting today through Monday, May 25th. The areas of focus are DUI, aggressive and distracted driving, speeding, and seatbelt compliance. Plan accordingly. Designated driver, give yourself extra time and have a safe weekend out there. A few incidents to pass along from Franklin County Emergency over the last 24 hours. A motorcycle accident was reported in Hamilton Township near Johnson Road last evening. The caller reported seeing the motorcycle pass by and then heard a crash. Multiple units responded. And also in Hamilton Township, an oven fire was reported on Gilbert Road with flames shooting from the oven. Multiple engine companies and rescue responded. And in Chambersburg Borough, 3 people were rescued from a stuck elevator at 101 Walker Road yesterday afternoon. Everyone was safely removed. A few things worth getting out for this weekend. Market at the Park is having its opening day tomorrow, Saturday, May 23rd, from 8:30 in the morning till noon at Main Street Park in Waynesboro. Rain or shine, so grab your gear and get out there to support the vendors. If you're a dog owner, Mason-Dixon Flea Market on Molly Pitcher Highway in Greencastle is hosting a vaccination clinic Saturday from 9 a.m. till noon. Dogs only. All must be leashed. Rabies, Lyme, DHPP, Lepto, and influenza vaccines are available. Prices are listed and reasonable. Worth the trip if you've been putting off getting your dog current. And tonight, if you're looking for something to do, Colonel Murphy's in Mercersburg, South Main Street, is hosting trivia night. Cold drinks, tough questions, bragging rights. That's tonight. A few days ago, I asked you a question. What should happen with Chambersburg Fountain area in the long term? 9 votes came in, and the results were about as split as this topic usually gets. 44% said, leave it as is. And 44% said improve the safety barriers, and 0% said redesign the area entirely. So the community is essentially tied between leaving it alone and making it safer, but nobody wants a full redesign. I think that tells us something useful, and it actually lines up pretty closely with where I've landed on this. Before I get into that, Borough Manager Jeffrey Stonehill posted something interesting today. He noted that much of the new traffic management technology being mounted at intersections around Chambersburg is about moving cars more safely and efficiently. He linked to Wavetronics video that actually includes aerial drone footage of the square. It's clear the borough is thinking about traffic flow in that area. So this feels like a conversation that's already starting. So here's what I'm putting to the table, not as a complaint, but a genuine suggestion for the borough to consider. The bollards around the fountain keep getting hit. We've all seen it. The reason is pretty straightforward. Large commercial vehicles, particularly tractor trailers, are being routed through the square by GPS navigation, and turn-by-turn radius simply doesn't accommodate them well. The bollards aren't the problem, the geometry is. I've thought about a few approaches: relocating the fountain to the courthouse plaza or Spring Street Amphitheater area. I understand why that approach isn't probably realistic. The fountain is part of the square's identity, and that's a significant undertaking. So here's what I think is worth serious consideration. First, shave the street corners at the approach and exit points around the fountain. Widen the effective turn radius for large vehicles. Yes, that means losing some parking spaces and possibly some sidewalk, which is a trade-off, but the borough would need to weigh in on it. But if it keeps a truck from taking out infrastructure every few weeks, the math may work out. Second, replace the bollards with a low concrete barrier. Nothing decorative, just functional and permanent, about 3 feet high. Something that stops a vehicle rather than just marking the space. Together, those two changes address the problems from both ends, gives the trucks more room to navigate, and gives the fountain real protection when they don't. I genuinely love to see the borough take a look at something like this because the current situation isn't working and the community clearly wants it addressed. This is just one idea, but I think it's one worth the conversation. That's your Franklin County update for tonight. Memorial Day weekend is here. Be safe out there. Take a moment to remember why we have the day off Monday and enjoy the county. I'm Frank. Like the video if you got something out of it. Drop a comment if I missed something or if you have thoughts on the fountain. I read everyone. Have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. No, wait, I'll see you Monday. All right, you know the deal. Stick around. Tonight, first, what am I thinking? I've thought about it. So here's what I'm. Together, those two changes address the problem from both. That's your Franklin County update for tonight. Memorial Weekday.